There's nothing like this anywhere else, which is what's really amazing about it. I hear schools and kids in school every day complaining about not getting enough life experience outside of general high school classes, and it's something that Honor Service Learning really gave us the opportunity to do.
I learned a lot in this class. I learned a lot about who I am and who I want to be in the future, and I learned a lot of skills that I still use out in the real world, like how to give a really good interview, and it actually helped me get my first 2 jobs. And I learned how to work in a team and how to be a problem solver. And I learned that I'm a leader, and I never thought I was a leader before, which was really cool in helping me discover what I wanted to do with my future. And I learned a lot about respecting others and their opinions, even though if I don't agree with them, I still have to respect them and kind of try and understand where they're coming from, which I think is really important. And I also learned how to speak to people of other age brackets, which I think is a really important skill for the future and like after high school. I learned how to not only speak to people of my age bracket, but people younger than me and older than me, which helps a lot in getting a job or working with other people, and helps me in all my other future endeavors.
Volunteering at the Children's Museum was really eye-opening. Yeah, I learned a lot about taking initiative and taking responsibility. They would give me a lot of tasks, and I would just walk in, and they wouldn't really give me a lot of instructions. They kind of just trusted me to get things done. And I thought that was really cool when they let me be creative, and I thought that was really interesting. So I learned a lot about just being a leader in a work environment.
I learned a lot in Honor Service Learning. The one biggest thing I got out of it is how to build my resume, and definitely how to deal with interviews and deal with different situations that make you uncomfortable, and like dealing with people. I learned so many things. One thing that I learned was how to work with others and work in group settings. We did a lot of group work, a lot of group activities, group projects. I remember a lot of days we weren't even in the classroom. We'd go outside on the lawn and do team building exercises and getting to know you exercises and things that really put you out of your comfort zone. But I think it's something that was really important for me, especially going off to college, because when you go off, when you leave your hometown and all the people that you've always known, it can be a little uncomfortable and awkward. And it definitely taught me how to make relationships quicker, how to connect with others that at first glance I don't think I have anything in common with, but then once you do some activities or some team building things, you realize that you actually have things in common with these people that you would have never even thought about.
During my time at the Children's Museum, it kind of opened up my doors to children's development and interactive learning and stuff like that, and actually opened up my doors to the major I chose. I chose psychology to study next year, and I think I'm going to take it into children's behavioral psychology just so I can delve deeper into what I kind of barely got a glimpse of in the environment I was able to work in, and I can kind of dig deeper into it and understand the roles that it takes to educate children in that type of interactive environment as well.
CA showed me that I really enjoyed working with kids and being involved in the community, and so now I am currently a history education major at Appalachian State.
This experience definitely helped me choose my major in college. So what I want to do is open up a business for like different types of programs and levels for children, so they can make sure they're getting the right necessary education and physical activity that they need in order to grow up.
Working with kids at the museum helped me decide that I want to pursue education, and it really helped me to take initiative and be positive and continue to give back to the community.
Its impact, the overall experience of service learning has impacted me so much. It led me to want to work with kids when I grow up, and in the future I want to open my own nonprofit because of what I saw during service learning. I want to work to help kids. The main focus that I want to do is education, which led me to my major and minor. So now I'm at the University of Colorado, majoring in communications with a minor in education, and I plan to use that to open my own nonprofit in the future. When I originally started volunteering, I had kind of like every intention that I wanted to be a veterinarian. But after seeing like the ins and outs of just the practice, I realized that with animals, the medicinal side isn't really what I wanted to do. So it actually steered me away from what I thought I wanted to do. But I think that that's honestly more helpful than like discovering anything else. So I didn't like, sorry. So I didn't get to college or anything and like take a bunch of courses in one major and realized that it's not what I wanted to do.
I actually am now working at the Children's Museum of Wilmington. I painted a mural for them during my volunteer experience. It took 85 hours, and after I was done, they wanted me to stay on board and keep painting new things for them. So I'm working there, and it also really reinforced my love of working with kids, and it helped me realize that I want to go into pediatrics as I grow older, so it was really great.
I've been thinking a lot about working with children somehow in my career, and I've also gotten a job at Learning Express recently, and I probably wouldn't have signed up to do that if I hadn't worked with kids already at Rachel Freeman Elementary.
This experience got me my job right now. I work in Charlotte with a bunch of different ministry sites with 40 nonprofits all over Charlotte, and I have the privilege of taking middle schoolers around the city of Charlotte and showing them how they can help people too.
I actually got a job from my volunteer work as a kennel technician, and learned so much just from taking this class, especially with Miss Phelps. She's just a very uplifting person and taught me a lot about what leadership really means and how to work together with people, and it's just been a really, really great course, and that's helped me narrow down what I really want to do in the future and with my life.
One other thing I'd like to say is that one of my favorite parts of this class was whenever we would have people from the community come in and speak to us. There was people from all different fields and backgrounds, and they all talked about different experiences. But one lady, her name was Carmen Black, and she started Half United, which is like a philanthropic business. And she actually inspired me, and now I've started my own business. I just started it a few weeks ago. I went through all the legal stuff, and I just launched my website 2 weeks ago, actually. And it's a jewelry business, and a portion of all our profits goes to ALS. My grandmother and the girl I'm doing it with, her mom, both passed away of ALS. And so we wanted to have a business that, could give back, and Carmen definitely inspired me to want to do that. And I think that if I wouldn't have taken this class and had those experiences, those opportunities, the opportunity to meet Carmen, I might have never even thought about having a philanthropic business, or I might not have, had the guts to actually go out and start it. But she really inspired me because she was young when she started it. She said she had like $37 to her name when she started it. And I actually was in debt. I had to borrow money from my parents, but it's been going really well. We've already raised over $200 for ALS, and like I said, it's only been 2 weeks. So, everything starts small, but you never know where it could go.
It has impacted me in so many ways. I could never truly express all of them, even if I tried. I think one of the biggest ways that it impacted me, though, was it helped me to discover what I wanted to do with my future. When I was in high school, I never really thought about what was going to happen afterwards. I didn't plan on going to college, and I didn't know what career I wanted, or even if I wanted a career, and that wasn't really a big thing in my family. My mom and dad didn't even go to college, and a lot of my siblings didn't either, so it wasn't really on my radar. But through this class and working with domestic violence shelter, I taught with the STARS program, which is the Students Taking Action for Relationship Safety. And we stood in front of like a bunch of different high school classes, and we taught them about dating violence. And in that particular role, I learned that I have a passion for teaching, and I really want to lead the younger generations. And so I actually applied to UNCW, and I got in, and I got a scholarship, and now I'm working to be an English teacher. My dream is actually to teach an honor service learning class. So, fingers crossed.